Every single AI model that launches right now comes with the same thing, a benchmark chart showing it beats everything else. And every single time the real-world performance tells a different story. So when Tencent launched Hy3 and said it competes with much larger flagship models while costing significantly less, I did not read the benchmarks. I opened it in OpenRouter and started testing it on real tasks. Coding, reasoning, long documents, agent workflows, 5 real tests, real outputs, honest results. Here is what I found. Before we start prompting it, let's quickly understand what makes Hy3 different. Tencent Hy3 uses a mixture of experts architecture commonly called MoE. Instead of activating the entire model for every request, only the most relevant experts are activated. Because of that, Hy3 contains 295 billion total parameters, but only 21 billion active parameters are used during inference. This approach helps balance speed, performance, and cost. Another major feature is its 256K context window, allowing it to process extremely large documents, lengthy conversations, and complex code bases. Before running our own tests, let's briefly look at Tencent's official benchmark results. According to Tencent, Hy3 performs competitively across coding, reasoning, browser automation, mathematical reasoning, software engineering, and AI agent tasks. The company also says Hy3 delivers intelligence comparable to several much larger open-source models despite using fewer active parameters. Of course, benchmark numbers only tell part of the story. The real test is whether those capabilities translate into practical everyday use. So let's put it to work. Test 1 website generation. The prompt is build a beautiful responsive landing page for an AI SaaS startup using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript with animations. This is a great first test because it combines design, layout, responsiveness, and clean coding. Hy3 immediately organizes the project into separate HTML, CSS, and JavaScript sections. The generated code is readable and properly structured. Now let's preview it. Everything loads correctly. Animations work. The responsive layout looks clean. For front-end generation, that is a strong result. Test 2 React dashboard. Build a complete AI dashboard using React and Tailwind CSS with authentication pages, analytics charts, user management, responsive layout, and dark mode. Now we are asking for something much more demanding. This is not just a landing page. It requires application architecture, reusable components, styling, and overall project organization. Hy3 breaks everything into logical sections. The component hierarchy is clean. The project structure makes sense. Even if some adjustments are needed before production, this provides an excellent starting point for developers. Test 3 Complex reasoning. A company has 3 projects with different deadlines, costs, and employee availability. Create the most efficient schedule while minimizing delays and explain every decision. This type of prompt tests reasoning rather than coding. Instead of jumping directly to an answer, Hy3 explains each decision step by step. The response remains organized and easy to follow. For education, planning, or business analysis, structured reasoning is often much more valuable than simply getting a final answer. Test 4 Long context. I am pasting a very long article or documentation and running this prompt, summarize this document, identify important risks, extract action items, and generate an executive report. Hy3 supports a 256K context window, which means it can process much larger documents than many traditional models. The summary captures the important information without becoming repetitive. The extracted action items are organized logically. This capability can be particularly useful when working with lengthy reports, documentation, or large code bases. Test 5 AI agent workflow. You are a senior AI software architect. Build a complete development roadmap for an AI SaaS startup, including milestones, Git commits, testing strategy, deployment, CI/CD pipeline, and launch checklist. This is much closer to how developers use AI today. Instead of answering a single question, the model coordinates multiple connected tasks. Hy3 creates milestones, deployment steps, testing strategy, documentation, and Git commit suggestions. Everything is presented in an organized workflow. I can definitely see why Tencent emphasizes improvements in agent capabilities. Another major highlight is pricing. According to Tencent, Hy3 costs 1 CNI per million input tokens, 4 CNI per million output tokens, and 0.25 CNI per million cached input tokens. And here's what really stood out to me. Usually when a model gets an official upgrade, the price goes up because the improved capability is supposed to justify it. Hy3 actually did the opposite implicit input pricing dropped from 1.2 yuan down to 1 yuan, and cash hit pricing dropped from 0.4 yuan down to 0.25 yuan, even though the model got better. That is a pretty clear sign of just how much engineering optimization Tencent has done under the hood. For developers building production applications, lower inference costs can make a noticeable difference over time. Hy3 is also released under the Apache 2.0 open source license, allowing commercial use, modification, and deployment. That makes it attractive for developers, startups, and businesses looking for an open source AI model with commercial flexibility. After testing Hy3 through OpenRouter, I think Tencent has built a genuinely impressive open source model. The coding capabilities are solid. Reasoning is structured. Long context understanding performs well. Agent workflows feel practical and organized. While no AI model is perfect, Hy3 offers a compelling balance of capability, efficiency, and accessibility. Rather than relying solely on benchmark charts, today's hands-on tests gave a much clearer picture of how the model performs in real-world scenarios. And honestly, this fits into a bigger shift happening across the industry right now. Global capital markets used to judge AI companies mainly by parameter count and lab benchmark scores, but that standard is changing fast. Investors are now paying much more attention to real commercial viability, inference efficiency, and actual ROI. If you have noticed Tencent's stock climbing recently, this is part of the reason why Hy3's extreme MOE efficiency and strong cost performance line up almost perfectly with what the market seems to be rewarding right now. If you are a developer, researcher, or AI enthusiast, Hy3 is definitely worth trying. If you would like to test Tencent Hy3 yourself, I will leave all the official links in the description below. If you enjoyed this review, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and let me know in the comments which AI model you would like me to test next. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.